I'm a bit late to the party when it comes to this film, but I always like to shout out a good horror when I see one. So, excusing my tardiness, this is my review of The Night House. Reeling from the unexpected death of her husband, Beth is left alone in the lakeside home he built for her. Soon she begins to uncover her recently deceased husband's disturbing secrets. Now before I start with this review, even though it's late, there will be no spoilers, and if this is the first video you're clicking on for me, thank you so much for clicking on it. Let me know your thoughts on The Lake House, because I'm sure most of you, if not all of you, watching this video have seen it at this point. Throw it all down there in the comments, start the conversation, because it's always the most important part. And if you're new and still haven't subscribed, why don't you consider clicking that button, because it really helps the channel and it does wonders to put the content out there, and it'll join a beautiful film fan community. Amidst a genuinely solid year when it comes to horror movies in 2021, The Night House had something that others lacked, for me at this point at least, and that's that I never saw where it was going actually. And I apply that not only to horror movies, but movies in general, and not only to movies in general this year, but in the past 10 years, but especially horror. This is a film that I never knew quite the directions it was going to take as we peel the layers back of what was actually going on with Beth's husband. And Beth, played by Rebecca Hall, is sensational. She has a lot to work with in this script. The film is actually about grief, dealing with it with a major loss, and technically going through those 5 stages of grief, and she has a ton of meat to chew on with this film. She is absolutely sensational. And it shows because not only does she give a great performance as the star of the film, she executive produced it. And it goes to show that when horror movies are actually about something, not evil spirits that suddenly show up or big monsters, those can work fine. There are a ton of those that I love, or at least like. But this one stands out from the pack because of the suspense it builds on top of that grief and what comes with it. Her rash decision making throughout the film, because this is not a perfect character. She makes dumb decisions when she's feeling pressured, when she's feeling trapped. This is a character that is not in the right mindset for most things. And director David Bruckner truly knows what to focus on when it comes to this story. It's the perception of these characters along her journey with the disturbing discoveries she makes. Because this is a really good horror film, not only in terms of everything I talked about until now, but the scares are really good. There's like 1 or 2 jump scares that are cheesy, but even in that they work because the elements of the film's story are all so integral to this story moving forward and to those jump scares. The film has this eerie, suspenseful feel throughout it that does help a lot, especially because I never knew where it was quite going. Even as we reached the 3rd act, I was very unsure of what was going to be the reveal behind it all. And as we reach that 3rd act and we get all the reveals and all the answers, there are some questions left up in the air that I was not quite fully satisfied with. And there are just one too many red herrings that I felt the film could have weaponized in its favor instead of just diverting our attention to where it was not going. Even I'm still not sure if I was fully satisfied with it, or at least how they executed the big reveal and how it connects all things in the film, but The Night House stands out through its look and feel. Because you never know where it was going, you're always there taking the same steps with this character along her journey. I think in that regard it works so well, and Rebecca Hall truly gives a wonderful performance. I'm giving The Night House a B. And so those are my thoughts on The Night House. Definitely one of the better horror movies this year. I think it's a really fun time. If your friends are very much into horror, this is one of those you want to watch at a horror themed party. So let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Do you agree, disagree? Let me know it all in the comments. Start the conversation, and I cannot wait to join you. Thank you so much for watching. You are the best. Make sure you consider clicking that subscribe button, because if you're still watching but still haven't subscribed, you enjoyed it on some level. Thank you so much once more. I'll be back very soon with more reviews, including tomorrow my review of episode 4 of What If. We're getting Doctor Strange Supreme, and I cannot wait to see you there. And so until then, love each other and love the movies.